This is future. Wow. This is past.
Hallo, hier ist Proprietor.
All right, thank you. Finally,
And that's our show for tonight.
Your
Thanks, everyone. You've
browser
been
will
awesome.
not play the clip. Oh, geez, thank you. Ruin the whole timing. Why don't you?
Right.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen out there in YouTube land. I am Deleted Scenes, human being, American and YouTuber Ronan. I would like to welcome you to live from Sparkwood in 21. This series chronicles the cult favorite television series, Twin Peaks. And for these next batch of episodes, I'm going into Virgin Territory, Season 3, which I've never seen before, so you are getting my genuine reaction to the show. Of course, joining me as usual on the panel, Last Call, Troy Pacelli.
Hello.
Netters Network.
Bonjour, comment ça va?
And the man who's probably wondering how the hell he got talked into this, H. Boomer.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deleted Scenes, are you a human being or a human doing?
I see what you did there, and it's not funny.
I know. I got that from The Simpsons, and then Bart says, "I'm a human leaving," and he gets something and walks out.
Yeah, right?
I do want to say hello to everyone in the chat joining us first. FKHC 2005, sometimes known as Tim.
Yep.
Channel member JPRPH1. Faithful Blue Wrench, channel member, the Bird Woman of YouTube. Watch out for her second channel, Fluff Check Productions, Connie Cleary. Moving on up, Andy Masterson in the house.
Does that mean son of the master?
I suppose it does. I mean, I think technically it means son of master. Yeah, I mean, the name, like Jones would be, Johnson would be son of John,
And his father will be wearing a cloak, and they will have giant red hands on them. Extra points for anyone who gets that reference. Kopla Mark Malnikoff. All right.
I get no extra points here.
Jesse Green 619. Logical Spark. Host of Films with Friends, which I will be appearing this Friday at 8 p.m. The creator of the 10-word review, Big Al Presents. Retired midnight blogger himself, Curtis Selby.
I wonder what's.
All right. And I do believe. Oh, hey, Enigma Severus has joined us. Good to see you.
Welcome,
Enigma.
welcome.
Please subscribe to his channel. He has a
Yes,
review up right now for Twisters. So
He
check
is
it out.
actually going to be a guest on Thursday Things in the upcoming week.
Awesome.
So.
Right on. Perfect. Manos, the Hands of Fate. Yes. Curtis got it right.
Oh gosh,
Okay.
that's why I didn't get it. If I did, to what extent I saw of it, I blocked it out of my mind.
Classic MST3K episode was Manos the Hands of Fate.
There
It was a Joel episode.
There is no way out of here. It'll be dark soon. There is no way out of here. Sorry.
They were thinking Torgo would be like the new Frankenstein or Dracula back when they made that. They thought this is going to light everything up. No.
Yeah.
You're giving them too much credit. They didn't think that far ahead. They were too stoned to think that far ahead.
Well, that whole movie got started because Hal Warren, who's the guy who wrote, directed, stars, probably a mistake right there. Overall factotum on that film. He met Sterling Silliphant while Sterling Silliphant was location scouting for Route 66.
Oh.
And he made a bet with him that he could make his own movie because how hard could it be, right? And then he got like a couple of days in and was like, shit, this is hard. You know?
I wish we had a story like that for how The Room got written.
Oh, I think that was just because he wasn't getting any parts anywhere else, so he just wrote himself one.
Actually, that's probably not a bad reason, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But let me tell you, one of you guys makes me do Manos the Hands of Fate as a Monday night at the movies. I am absolutely following it up with The Room. Just those two movies together. And you have to be there. You're going to be a guest if you tell me that, you want me to watch it.
What's the first movie?
Manos the Hand of Fate.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll take that plunge.
Oh gosh.
I must be allowed to mercilessly riff both films. So.
Crap! What did I just get myself into?
And strangely, both of them are still a better watch than Madam Web.
For some reason, with the Spanish title, I now see Mexican Iron Man on that stream too.
Right?
Oh man!
Do you think he'll do it?
I could ask him. What would be funny about that is, I'll pull in some sort of an Alf a video clip or something to throw into the middle of it.
Oh no. And our R.I.P. Benji Gregory, yeah, from Alf.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so the main reason why we are here, which of course is episode 3 of season 3, entitled "Call for Help," and
there's no need to call
Hi,
for help.
I'm Nutter. I've been sober for 2 weeks. Oh, wait, wrong stream?
That was an angry arm tree thing they had there going on.
indeed.
He was not happy. He was mad. I guess because Bob decided, or was it Bob or the doppelganger decided I'm not going back?
I think.
I'm gonna say both.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think they're pretty simpatico on that. Yeah.
So even among the Red Room rules, they're breaking those rules too. Like, you're actually supposed to come back in the 25-year time span.
Well, I mean, Bob's definitely been out more than 25 years. So.
Well, right. I mean, if you think about it, you add up all the time that he was with Leland, that would be, we're probably looking at about 50 years,
Mm-hmm.
And now that I've actually said that, I didn't think it through before I said it, but maybe I'm more right than I realize.
Right.
I wonder, because they were talking about, alignment of planets and stuff like that. I think that it might very well be a cyclical thing where every 25 years there's an opening, that has to be addressed or whatever. So I don't know.
I bet it's the doppelganger, because Bob could always get out again into somebody else or another, but maybe the doppelganger has to stay in there now. He's not going to be let out again because he's not really one of those other entities, right?
Wait, which character isn't one of the entities?
Evil Cooper. Was
No,
created?
he is.
All right.
I'm on the fence about the nature of the doppelgangers, but they do seem to me to be a form of Dark Lodge entity. Is there a White Lodge equivalent? We haven't seen anything like that, I don't think. But you know what? Let's not get too far into the weeds on the nature of doppelgangers, because we're going to have an episode tonight that's actually going to be looking at that particular area of lore a bit. And remember what we were talking about last week, deleted scenes. Kyle MacLachlan actually plays 3 roles in tonight's episode.
Okay.
He plays a triple role, and he's probably not getting any extra pay for it as an actor.
You know who I bet collected 2 paychecks for playing a double role? Jean-Claude Van Damme in Double Impact.
Okay.
I'm playing my twin brother, you're paying me double. I bet that's how it went.
We could do a double feature, right? and put that movie together with Face Off.
Oh boy. Oh boy, don't get me started on Face Off. Everything comes back to Face Off.
And Hella Donate, he says, no, according to the Screen Actors Guild, when actors play multiple roles, they must get multiple pay. Each character is a paid role.
Well, look at that.
That is interesting. I did not realize that. But it also makes you wonder then, what is the... you never know what's in an individual's contract. It's entirely possible that he took a pay cut to be in this in the first place, Because, I think there was a lot of friendly handshakes going on to make this season happen behind the scenes. Just my thought, And I could have totally seen him taking a pay cut and saying, you know what? Just to make sure you got the budget to get this person a cameo and that person a cameo and so forth.
And knowing is half the battle.
Yep.
G.I. Joe.
See, I didn't watch G.I. Joe. I used to watch Mysterious Cities of Gold. That was my 80s cartoon.
Ah.
You're weird.
Yeah, no, I was a privileged kid that had Nickelodeon in the 80s. And the big Nickelodeon cartoon was Mysterious Cities of Gold. I'll have to do a good old days about this. Troy doesn't know what I'm talking about.
I think I do. Is that the one? And it was a live action thing that was filmed on a set?
No.
No?
No.
I'm thinking about something else then.
Cartoon show.
Okay, then. I guess I don't know.
About but takes place in the 1500s, the conquistadors and the Incas and the Maya and all that. It's
Oh, yeah, you couldn't make that today. It'd be canceled. It'd be,
well, the thing is, it's teaching kids
culturally
history.
insensitive. No.
It doesn't
We gotta
make
rewrite history.
it doesn't make the conquistadors look like the good guys. I can tell you that. Of course, then you read up, and they're actually worse than how they were portrayed on the show. But of
course,
this will be a thing I'll discuss on Good Old Days.
Conquistadore doesn't sound like a happy, joy kind of title.
Anyway, though, but what was neat about this, they did the Knowing Is Half the Battle on G.I. Joe.
Right.
But on Mysterious Seas of Gold, they would have a mini documentary after it, and it would be on something like the Straits of Magellan, which is this horrible way that people had of getting from one side of America to the other, which was very dangerous and wrecked a lot of ships. This was before the Panama Canal. Or you'd see a little special on, what is St. Elmo's fire? What do captains and sea captains say? And I'm thinking, well, these little vignettes they're doing, they're teaching me things I actually need to know, and it actually helps me understand the show better, too. So, I don't know. I was always impressed with that. Or why Aztec priests covered themselves in gold, or was it a Peruvian priest? I don't know, but it was interesting.
Well, my favorite educational 80s show was Voyagers. And that one was, if you want to learn more about Amelia Earhart, the Salem witch trials, and Albert Einstein, take a voyage down to your local library. It's all in books.
I have a question. Did they ever do an episode of Voyagers where the guy that invented penicillin, they disturb him and he doesn't invent it, and then half the population's dead when they go back to modern times or something?
No. See, that was just it. You never did get the ramifications of a time change.
I see.
What you got was you'd land in a place. Well, sometimes if you landed in a time and you saw that it was green and you accidentally did something that changed it, the thing would start flashing red, and they would realize they changed it, and it would, of course, be up to the kid to explain to Bog what got changed and what they had to fix.
Because he was too distracted in history class by the women. I get you.
Exactly right. And, I remember those. They guessed it in later episodes, and I understand why he was distracted. But sometimes they would land in a place that was already messed up, and Jeffrey would realize. Usually the first thing they would do is they would look at the Omni and see something was wrong, and he'd say, I don't know, we're going to just have to figure out, what's going on and stuff like that. And then as they'd ask questions, and he'd say, well, isn't so-and-so president? Who's that? It's so-and-so. And then they'd have to go back in time, to find out what happened and then correct it and stuff like that. So that was about the most you ever got. But the penicillin one, Sliders covered that one. They're not traveling through time, they're slipping between different dimensions, and they end up in a alternate timeline where penicillin had never been discovered. In fact, no antibiotic had been discovered, which is pretty unrealistic in the 90s. By the 90s, you think someone would have discovered something, right? But they were dying from this horrible plague, and Gimli, John Rhys Davies, is like, well, how does it respond to antibiotics? And they're like, what are you talking about? Penicillin, amoxicillin, etc., etc. We don't know what you're talking about. And then he realized, they never invented it. So they synthesize penicillin, but in very primitive conditions. And he's like, this could cure them, or it could just be a vial of death. So someone tries it, and the next day his fever breaks, and they find they've got a cure. And he introduces penicillin, and then they leave. It was Sliders. That was a whole different thing. Why are we talking about these other shows and not talking about Twin Peaks?
Because he said knowing is half the battle, and I went off on a tangent. But I want to bring it back. Shrek PMC says lynch, not lunch. Yeah. Lynch, not lunch.
Well,
why can't you have both?
Damn auto cucumber. It's never duck. It's duck. Duck it. This popped up, and I'm usually asleep at this hour.
I had the McChicken $5 meal from McDonald's.
I see David Lunch is in the mail. No, yes, that's who it is. It's David Lunch. It's off-brand David Lynch is what it is. Sorry, deleted. From now on, you will be known as David Lunch on this stream.
Did David Cronenberg ever do a TV series?
That would be awesome.
Because I'm thinking, what could be an equivalent to a Lynch series like Twin Peaks? If Cronenberg made a series, maybe, but I don't think he did. I don't know if he ever ventured into television.
Yeah,
it's another odd.
Well,
duck.
I do know they made Dead Ringers into a TV series. I just don't know how involved he was with it.
that's right. Tracy Torme died just this year, didn't he? Good remembering, Orville Nation. And by the way, welcome, PJ. Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, because he brought it up because sliders. I was talking about sliders. So.
Yeah, they're really yummy.
Oh gosh, we should probably get to it.
Yes.
We're getting way far afield. I mean, there's enough to loop us out in this.
What if he hits play and the Brady Bunch comes on?
One of these days now, I'm going to do that, you bastard.
Oh, look! People got in the chat. They got pictures from Mysterious Cities of Gold. There's Esteban.
And you're saying that was on Nickelodeon?
Yes, it was a kid's cartoon. Yes,
Because it looks like an anime sort of thing.
French production, animated in Japan, based on an American novel. So it was basically an international cartoon.
Interesting.
If I have to give it any country of origin, I'd probably give it France, as it was they were the producers. Yeah.
I don't remember this
To
at all.
actually get into Cosme. There we go.
Alrighty.
All right. All right, so folks, I do want to remind everybody that the Cosme link is at the top of every chat. Click that link. Join us here. You can watch along in Cosme. You can sync up with your own copy, as I'm going to be doing. And, of course, if you are watching the show at a later date, unfortunately, you will need your own copy, or you can go over to Paramount Plus, where you can find the show, among other places.
While it still exists.
While it still exists, yeah. We'll see what happens after the merger. And for anybody requesting Booster McCloud, that will be a different show. It's a long story. I'll explain it later. All right. If everybody is ready, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hit it.
Do. Oh, yeah. Tonight probably deserves a little bit of a disclaimer. Again, this is a Showtime, so we're talking like the equivalent of R rating. Obviously language, obviously violence. We've had that every week. But also, if you don't want to see nudity, this is probably not the episode to watch. There's some nudeness. Yes.
Is it good nudity or bad nudity?
It depends on your flavor.
I see. I know what you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah, but it's full on. The whole shebang.
Look, I just don't want to see an appearance by Mr. Johnson, if that can be avoided. That seems to be all the rage now.
Yeah.
Enigma says, this is rated R. I need to go ask my parents. Give me a minute.
You're right.
Where is Flappy? This is not right. I don't like this new intro. This intro's a fail. There's no Flappy.
You realize Flappy was dead by the time
You know what? Then you find a relative. Find his great-great-great-grandson or something. He needs work. Last time I heard he was over at Chippendales. This was not a good place to go.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, goosebumps. Yeah, okay. Here we go.
Remember where we left off last week?
That was an angry arm. He was not happy.
Opening on a large Johnson. No.
Oh,
Don't joke, man. It's Lynch. It might happen. What?
It's like, did he get caught in our tornado?
Right.
Yikes. Well, something's gone wrong. Like there's been a break of the rules of the Red Room, the lodge, right?
That's how I've read it too. Yes.
Like he was just supposed to be able to get out of there finally, and then no, now everything's in chaos.
Ow.
Whoa. Is that water?
Or something. Yeah, this is a really trippy episode, yes.
It's like, where am I?
You're back on Caladan.
Yeah, right? I hadn't even made that connection before.
The sandworms. Wait, wrong show.
Yeah, right.
Looks like Purgatory. Yeah.
Well, he's in a better place than James Bond is in the novel I'm reading right now.
Which one you reading?
Dr. No. Dr. No is a sick SOB.
Oh, okay.
He's worse in the book than he is in the movie. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
What is that? Oh, that's his tie. That's his shirt collar. I thought that was a flying wraith, and then look at
I wouldn't be surprised in this show. Yeah. I need one more view on Bandits before I start the next one. The gods must be craft? Crazy, not craft. Oh, yeah, the gods must be crazy.
The gods must be crazy.
Yeah,
It's
you
a
like
great
that
film.
one. Yeah.
I remember that movie. The evil of the Coke bottle. That's what I
Curtis Selby, if David Lynch had directed the prequels of Star Wars. Scanners, yes. Very good, Nate.
Oh man, Scanners. Oh,
Gonna have to do a rewatch of that one day.
that's a classic. That had one of the best trailers I've ever seen. Was the trailer for Scanners. This is how it looks. This
Patty cake.
Yeah. My take on this is that there's something going on here, very much like in that scene with the coffee cup, where time pauses, backs up. Something's wrong with the flow of time. Oops. Didn't mean to adjust that.
Are we supposed to know who this is, or?
Probably not.
Okay.
Well, because it's the weird head.
And
I think it's the arm.
yeah, no, it's not.
Almost wondered if it was Josie for a second there, but then I realized
Yeah.
no.
No, it's not.
She's saying, "Don't keep quiet."
The
All the
actress
sh-
is named Nayuki. That's Naeyuuki. Nayuki.
Yeah, is this one of the vaults? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, if we decide that everything that Kyle MacLachlan has ever been in is all one universe, well, wait a minute, that means striptease is too.
Whoa.
Okay.
Was he in that?
Actually, I could kind of see
Oh,
striptease in the
Showgirls.
Twin Peaks universe.
Okay.
Open that. What is that?
It's a thing.
Yeah.
See, I know what she's saying is probably important, but I just don't know what she's saying.
No, you're not supposed to be able to understand it.
See, well, okay. Freaky deaky.
And here we are.
It looks like one of those thimbles that you'd put on your finger for sewing. It's like, you need to open this up because the thing I want is inside. It's like, if you'd stop banging, I might be able to hear her.
Right.
Deleted scenes. Thoughts? Sorry.
Not really.
Electricity. Oops.
Electricity.
Wait, what?
Bye.
Yes, that's nice. Thank you for stopping by.
Look at all the stars.
Yeah, it's a lot of stars.
I regret nothing. Those of you if I live down there. Yeah.
No.
It's like, is she coming back?
I don't, maybe. Uh-oh. Wait, okay, what's
What
this?
is that? Oh boy.
Who?
It's the Eye of Sauron.
Wait a minute.
Uh-huh.
Is that to
Do you recognize that face?
Major Briggs?
Mm-hmm.
For a second there, I thought it was going to be the Big Mac tonight from the McDonald's commercials was going to show.
Oh, gosh.
So what's he going to do?
How does one get off this thing?
Well, that's what I don't understand. Like, what is he expected to know what to do? Like, does he jump into the void, or is that a big mistake? I don't know.
It is a void.
Like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go back down now.
It might be an idea.
I would.
I guess that's what he's doing. Yeah, might as well shut it.
You know, remember back when we were solving crimes and we were meeting hot chicks? I mean, that was fun, right?
No, the ship that ship sailed the last episode of season 2 when you saw that weird guy singing.
Right.
We knew we were out of the any semblance of normalcy at that point. It's
Mark, hold on to that thought, because that object comes back again later.
That object you like will come back and stop.
Well, sort of, yeah.
All right, good night, Shrek PMC.
Well, look who's back. Or maybe not.
Nope. Different actress, too.
Mom?
No.
She's not talking backwards. She's no good to us. Burn the room.
Oh, she hasn't started talking yet.
Oh, sorry.
What is that thing?
Something's rotten in wherever the hell we are, and Dale Cooper is starting to get interested.
I have a question about Cooper's suit. Is it still in style?
Well, that's the thing about those kinds of suits. They kind of don't ever go out of style, right?
Right.
So it's got an aspect of like a radio. It's got like a speaker with static coming through it. There's a number on it.
No.
Funny, Nate.
I've never actually seen Showgirl straight through.
Have I? Yeah.
No, I haven't. I never got
That's
around
a different number. It's 3 instead of, what was it, 15 before?
Was it? Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've had that problem many times myself.
Okay.
But I'm wondering if Cooper is even thinking the way a normal person thinks right now, because he's stuck in this weird...
Well, honestly, yeah, that's the kind of thing I would try doing and then be kind of surprised when I get zapped. So, one more time, electricity indicates something supernatural going on, but moreover, it's how they travel.
Okay. Where did Jennifer Jason Leigh go? Your mother? Oh, okay. Well, who are you? All right.
Oh,
Okay. Oh, this is gonna hurt.
And see, now it kind of looks like an outlet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he lost his shoes.
Oh, I lost his shoes. Wasn't
Wait,
Ronnie
let me get my
Rocket-
shoes. Let me get my shoes.
Wasn't Ronnie Rocket supposed to be able to like plug himself into things and whatnot?
I don't.
maybe he should pull over.
I shouldn't have had that last shot.
Oh.
Well, that's shocking. Yes. Yes, Enigma. Maybe you should pull over.
Hold it together, Dixie. Oh, snap!
Or you know what? Just slam on the gas and, go up the side of the mountain. Whatever you choose. Your choice.
Wait. Sticks the landing.
Yes, sticks the landing.
Okay, that rental car is screwed.
Perfect landing, Heathrow Airport.
He's not. He's in bad shape.
Yep.
That's because he wasn't doing. He didn't do what he was supposed to do.
Well, hold up a second. Funny, Tim.
Mhm.
Oh,
Fix a cigarette lighter.
he is the cigarette lighter.
Mm.
So he stuck the landing, and now back to the beginning. At least for him.
Well, okay.
I did warn you.
So, okay.
Living the high life.
So it would seem.
Yep,
That ring look familiar?
The ring.
Oh, that jacket.
I was like, does he sell real estate?
Well, it is a, what do you call it, a show house or whatever? A house that's on the market?
Oh, In the case of a medical emergency, call 1-800-SUBURBIA.
She's in the shower.
Yes.
Yeah, but why'd she lock the door? He's already seen her naked.
Right. More than that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, he's trying not to make a mess.
You tell me, lady.
Oh! I bet that stinks too.
I would have at
I'll
least
bet
done
it's
that out the
Garmin
window.
Boja. Look at it. It looks like Garmin Boja.
Yeah, I would have been leaning out the window. Ew.
Not a fan, Netter?
No, I'm not a fan of vomit.
That looked like particularly nasty.
Yeah.
Thank you, Enigma Severus, not the guacamole, please. I'm sorry.
Mike, please tell me you have a damn good explanation for this.
Yeah, you're going to feel something else pretty soon. See less issues too.
His hand just shrank.
He's doing the opposite of Deadpool.
He
Oh.
lost his head.
He lost his head, yeah.
He's a bubble.
Balls!
What the? Ew! What the heck?
And Nate's like, WTF? And Nate was saying the golden snitch.
That's the ring.
Yep. The gold ball bearing. Okay, I want to try to help you guys out a little. I don't want to give you too much, but
No.
I'm going to suggest that you, and I've kind of mentioned this previously. You want to, if you want to do some digging, you want to do a little bit of research, you want to look into the lore of doppelgangers and tulpas, specifically from Buddhist folklore or mythology or whatever you want to call it.
Well. Dude, there's some gnarly bits and pieces on that floor.
Stop before we hit the vomit.
Yeah.
There's a hole in a sock.
I know, I hate that. I've had a bunch of socks like that.
It's like, okay, shouldn't you like clean up the mess before you leave?
No, they got to get out of there.
Mark says better call the electrician. Nah, I'm thinking you need to call the fireman.
Same as it ever was.
He forgot everything.
Yeah.
Actually, could go back into the lockbox.
Right. You could hear it too. You could hear her opening the lock. They went into the details. They didn't.
Well, I saw her put the keys into the lockbox. So
And he comes back in.
Yeah, right here.
Enigma's right. He had no line, so it was an easy roll.
And she doesn't bother making sure the leaves are off of the socks or anything. She's just shoving
She didn't
everything in.
care. She just wants to get the shoes on
Gotta
and
get
go.
out of there.
Keys. What mean keys? Keys? Yeah, he's got his keys, all right. Yeah, they're gonna want those back.
That's an interesting detail.
Bump. Oh, there's Dougie's car.
Side quest.
Meanwhile, in a Breaking Bad episode not far away.
It's interesting you said. It kind of does have that feel to it, yes.
He's just enjoying the ride.
Sycamore? Okay. Are you Jenny Hayden?
Yeah, it's kind of got that feel to it too.
Oh.
Oh, that's another thing about Dale.
Whoa.
Now that
okay.
he's out, he's incredibly lucky. Like there's some higher power at work.
What do you mean, Dale? It's
And they want to
Ducky.
kill Dougie.
No. Well, they're going to be calling him Ducky, but this isn't actually Dougie. Dougie's the one that poofed into black smoke.
Of course, then I get a Christmas Story flashback. They're gonna kill Dougie!
They already killed Dougie. Yeah, exactly.
This brain. Is that some kid watching him from across
Yep.
the street? Okay, well.
You are a messed up girl.
Okay, junkies. Always a good sign.
It's a neighborhood.
It is.
Well, you know, we live in a society.
Yes.
Right.
No. Oddfellows Local 151 behind the firehouse. Extra points to anyone who gets that reference.
Hmm.
You always make these obscure references, and I feel dumb because I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, for an alcoholic, she's pouring, like little bits instead of filling the whole glass.
She's taking
Or
pills.
just drinking from the bottle.
She's taking
Yeah,
pills.
Better call the electrician. You'll get the one from House 2. Where's Jill Biden when she's needed? The scene looks very familiar.
Yeah, exactly.
It looks like Breaking Bad, yeah. Or whatever. Not that I'm the authority on that show, but
I watched it. Is that Jack Daniels?
Uh-huh.
I think it's supposed to be, yeah. It doesn't say Jack Daniels, but it's a
You can tell
similar
from the bottle.
bottle, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's probably a prop bottle, so they don't have the actual...
Yeah, I'm trying to read the label, but
Evan Williams.
What's the kid eating? Chips Ahoy? Was that what I was saying?
Probably something like that.
Punks like you are a dime a dozen. Roger Crawford, Highway Patrol. Get in the car, punk. Oh, sorry. I'm back.
Oh my goodness. I bet that smell's not going to be too good.
license and registration, sir.
I don't know that
Urine
one, Enigma.
sample.
I want it wall to wall with John Daniels. You mean Jack Daniels? Not as long as I've known him.
I don't think they're joking around either.
He's
No,
get
probably
him
not.
away
That
from
guy
the
inhaled
car.
something bad.
Meanwhile,
Here
Oh,
we
so
home
go.
again,
Woman
home
Al
again.
Pacino? Okay.
oh,
What's this?
Disturb.
No, do not disturb.
Oh, donut disturb. I get it now. Okay.
Okay, what the heck is going on with Andy's hair?
the same thing that's always going on with Andy's hair.
True.
Yeah, but now
Just he has less of it.
he looks like a Cubie doll now.
Watch me dog tags. If I'm on dog tags, you know I'm missing.
Yeah.
If I'm missing, that you know I'm dead. All right, sorry. Sahara. Okay.
Sahara.
I mean, she's not wrong.
Bogart was in the original. Jim Belushi did the remake.
Uh,
Oh, God. Andy's trying, though. He is trying.
he's been
You're the only one that's not sitting down.
He's been trying for 25 years.
Let me see. Yeah.
Am I wrong?
Yeah. Okay.
That's all Lucy does is think out loud.
True.
Dude, you were literally Tonto. Get out.
You're an Indian.
You think?
Yes, Lucy.
Okay.
Double R2 go. I like that.
Oh my god, they still have the chocolate bunnies.
Mm-hmm.
She's not wrong.
Andy is not looking good.
Fuck no.
Interestingly, though, the bunny does come into play. Yeah, you might have wanted to get real chocolate instead of that almond barky type stuff.
Well, chocolate makes you poop.
Is it?
This is why no leeway's been made in 25 years. I'm just
Right.
saying. Here we go.
Not exactly Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys, are they?
The bunny is not what's missing, but I do think that she's caught onto something that obliquely is related, because we're going to find out about Jackrabbit's place a little
Here
bit
we go.
later.
This is important.
Okay.
Again, this is Dr. Jacoby.
Yeah.
What's he? Oh, I was like, what's he stepping on? But I just realized he motorized it so he didn't have to get up and move.
I mean, it is kind of cool. Weird and dumb, but cool. Maybe a little lazy.
Well, especially since he hasn't gotten the backside.
No, he'll go around the other side and do
No,
it.
the wind's blowing that way, so we'll just end up back on him.
Good point, good point. I mean, look at that. It's made out of, like, old bicycle parts.
Like, this is your entire role in this episode. You're going to paint shovels with gold paint.
What do you think, deleted scenes? Steven, what do you think?
See, I really don't want to say too much because I know a lot that's coming up. You need to kind of absorb it all and then look back at it.
I'm getting the idea this is a shoe leather episode. That this is kind of like a setup for later stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And yes, exactly right. He literally needs to rotate the shovels with a motor, yeah.
I think it's very professional.
I mean, there is something to be said for the fact that he doesn't have to touch it until it dries, right? Although now he's moving them to some place to dry, so that kind of defeats the whole point, I think.
Well, they're dry enough for him to touch, but not dry enough
maybe.
to like use.
Okay, back to these guys. Okay.
I do like the way she's really rationalizing it. Although, you changed your suit, you were wearing a rug.
Okay, she just said you can go
You
out
can
now.
go out now. It's triggering a memory, yeah. But she never said, hey, you lost weight, too. You lost about 20 pounds.
Stop reading into the situation.
But it is an example of someone who's obviously normal thinking, looking at him and his whole situation and trying to rationalize it, right?
Oh boy.
Look at the security guard.
It's like, usually I have to escort people out, not in.
I'll say this: that is a weird door. Like, come on, look at that.
I
door.
know,
Look
I've
at
seen
it.
doors like that.
I don't like
And a
it.
lot of high rises.
Oops. Beep.
It's like, dude.
Well, keep in mind he only got $5 back. I mean, it's not like he got, all of his money back or anything.
Ooh, look at this.
Yeah. Well, thinking of it this way, he technically hasn't used his body in 25 years.
I mean, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go get change.
Oh boy.
He's walking so stiff.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, speaking of Manos, the Hands of Fate, right?
And she's like, okay.
Go. Just go. Go.
She probably thinks he's autistic or something.
Probably.
She's like, oh my word.
Yeah, exactly.
We're just let's yeah. Promo for Carlon Paints need.
Put the coin in the thing and pull the lever.
Yep. He watches and learns.
She's like, is that supposed to happen? Yeah, you're not going to get another jackpot anytime soon on that machine. You need to
So,
do a different one.
have you ever imagined, like what life would be like if you were really in a video game?
Yeah,
You know,
he's
with
yeah.
prompts telling you where to go and what to do and what's active and what to interact with.
Well, the only video game this reminds me of is Vegas Stakes for the Super Nintendo.
Of course.
And half the time you'd get robbed by other players. Hey, I got a diamond I'd be willing to sell you. I just got to get rid of it. Give me your winnings. Some shady guy. Yeah, no, turns out it's course. You got ripped off. And you know what I mean? It's always stuff like that. So put the money in there.
Well, the little fleshy light at the top was letting him know to go to that particular
exactly.
one.
Yeah. The
And he's rubbing it the way the one guy was.
the lodge flame or whatever it is. Although he says hello before he wins. Scared him.
It's like I didn't mean to.
Grab the money.
Oh, look at this.
It's like you need to get your winnings from that one first.
He's just not understanding the concept. See, and this is the way it goes. He's got this incredible luck or insight or whatever, but he needs somebody to kind of help him a little bit.
Yeah.
Every step of the way. He jumps each time. Ah, hell.
And the old lady's like, "You son of a bitch! I've been here for 4 years."
Call for help. Okay, I'm going to get someone to help you. Collect your winnings.
Yeah, I'm going to get you a bigger bucket. And she's looking going, what?
She doesn't see it. Yeah.
Oh, of course not.
you know.
Is she going to go steal all his quarters?
May as well.
Look around. No one's here.
But she knows there's eyes in the sky.
Ah, yeah. Yeah.
You get the impression she's been there a while. She knows how it works.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
There's a couple of them.
3.
Yeah. Hello.
And now they're catching on. He's a ringer.
And she'd seen him looking at that machine, so she's
Right.
like,
But I don't think it was that one. I think it was the one.
no, it was that one next
It
to
was
her.
that one.
I guess it was.
And you get from her parents that she's probably homeless.
Well, I think she's kind of just moved into the casino.
Yeah.
Okay.
These are clues, huh?
Half naked chicks. What was that?
Hair pliers.
And a little boy
Picture of a
scratching
kid.
his cheek.
And a Mac 10.
I mean, that would be a clue in a murder, right? And
A jar of
beans.
nuts? Oh, beans. Or tiny rocks.
What the fuck?
Ugh.
Ooh, yikes.
Yeah. They're having the same reaction now that they did, 25 years ago with Jeffries.
Yeah.
By the way, the mushroom cloud in the background's important. Trouble. Trouble.
Oh, okay, good.
That's racist against those hills.
Nah.
Meanwhile, back at the
Yeah.
roadhouse.
Sound like the Everly Brothers.
I know, right? So the song is Mississippi, performed by the Cactus Blossoms.
Well, alrighty then.
I would have laughed if they'd have said, starring Kyle MacLachlan, and Kyle MacLachlan. So, sometimes you only get character names by watching the credits. So, Phoebe Augustine was playing American Girl. And what's her name? Nayuki was playing a character named Nido. That was the one with the no eyes. In memory of Don S. Davis and Miguel Ferrer.
Miguel Ferrer?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, they tend to dedicate episodes, to, they hold the dedication until they're actually in an episode. So, there you go. All right, a lot to digest, huh? Thoughts? Impressions?
It was weird.
Well, you know that going into it. It's Lynch, it's Twin Peaks. You kind of have to expect that.
I like the slot machine. Hello. Remember when he kept saying
Hello. Yeah, exactly.
that?
But the funny thing is, see, because we understand what's going on, we see the guy go hello because he's excited. He just won. He's saying hello before he wins because he doesn't see it as a expression of excitement over winning. He just thinks that's what I'm supposed to do.
That's a lot of money he's getting from that casino, right?
Yes, and that's going to remember I say, he seems very lucky, right? Like everything is kind of planned out for him. He is kind of a clean slate right now. Yes, this is Dale Cooper. He's just not all there yet. It's like something's holding him back. Something's controlling him. You'll see why later. But basically he has to go through a bunch of episodes literally playing out the life of this Dougie Jones.
Oh no. Well, there's more where that came from. That's all I'm gonna say.
This Dougie Jones, who Mike has told us was created by somebody for a purpose. And now that purpose is over and he has been uncreated. If that makes any sense. Nothing does. I'm trying to help it make sense for you.
Make it make sense. No.
I'm trying. I am. I'm also not giving you everything because there's some stuff you still haven't experienced yet. It's getting harder and harder for me. Throughout, our watches of season 1, season 2, Fire Walk with Me, I was trying really hard not to say anything, that would be a spoiler. And I thought I did pretty good. Now it's getting harder with each episode.
So you just don't say anything.
Well, then
Just
it would
enjoy
just be kind
the
of
ride.
quiet.
They just enjoy the ride, man. Like the 2 rides that Jade gave Dougie there.
Yeah, you just enjoy the 2 rides. Exactly. Actually, I think this is going to get us into... Well, you know what? I think this group of people here, we're pretty good at dealing with the elements that one might consider problematic in this day and age, right? We can see them and joke about people saying it's problematic and whatnot. But let me tell you something. When this series was released and we were watching the episodes and people were talking about it online, there's some stuff that comes up later on that people got into these huge arguments about on Reddit about matters of things like consent when you are on the spectrum and stuff like that. Considering Dale the way he is right now to be, in quotes, on the spectrum, Mm-hmm. It just was weird. And you couldn't, as somebody watching it, understanding what the intent is, you say that, no, absolutely not. That's wrong and that's istophobic. And it's like, all right, whatever, I'm out, I think we can have a little bit more honest, intelligent conversation about these things as we go forward. But, yeah. So, I'll be honest, there's still a lot I don't understand, like Phoebe Augustine's character being named American Girl. I have no flippin' clue why she's called American Girl. Other than, and it seems kind of racist, to designate her from the Nido character, which, is played by an Asian actress. That's the only thing I can figure.
So she is not Ronette in this, at least not in this episode.
I got the impression that
or she just...
Yeah. See, I got the impression she was not Ronette, just like the image of Laura Palmer wasn't Laura Palmer 25 years ago. If that makes any sense. I don't know this to be the case, but you see, now we're going to get into the whole doppelganger versus tulpa thing. Mm-hmm. When you have Laura Palmer in Twin Peaks and you have the backwards talking image of Laura who says, I feel like I know her, but sometimes my arms bend back, right? Mm-hmm. Is she a doppelganger of Laura Palmer? Obviously not a dark lodge incarnation. Maybe this is what I was speculating about before. Maybe there's White Lodge doppelgangers too, and that Laura, or that image of Laura, is like the White Lodge version, right? Doppelganger, so to speak. We do see a Black Lodge doppelganger of Laura, with the laughing and the screaming and the white eyes. But that's clearly not who this one was, right? If that makes, if I'm making anything like sense. So I'm wondering if this isn't like maybe a White Lodge possible like doppelganger of Ronette Pulaski, but at the same time, my other thought is could be a completely different character because this American Girl talks about you've got to go before mother's coming. So that presence, that, shuffling sound, thumping sound, pounding on the door is mother, which a lot of people theorize and assume. I think most people just assume that mother is the same being that we saw in the glass box earlier.
Okay.
Now, if that is Judy, well, we'll see about that. But
Judy.
I think that mother is Judy. We'll get more into what Judy... We will talk about Judy eventually. Let's put it that way.
What if the image of Laura is a physical representation of Laura's trauma? Yeah, I think that's pretty safe to say.
There, and see, here's the other thing to think about. I guess I can't go down this route just yet.
No.
Yeah.
No spoiling.
I know. Yeah, you guys are thinking about this right? I mean, the symbolism Curtis is talking about, that is one way of thinking about what Laura represents. The thing is, you kind of need to see it to the last episode of The Return before we can look back on all 3 seasons and Fire Walk with Me and determine, how everything lines up.
What'd you think of
wobbly, timey-wimey.
What'd you think of the puke?
I still insist that when Bad Dale was getting sick, that was Garmin Boja. It looked like cream corn, which looked very different than Dougie getting sick. That just looked like someone getting sick, like whatever he'd eaten. Just getting sick.
Did we like Dougie?
Ooh, that's a hard question. He's obvious. All that we know about him is that he is someone who has met with a prostitute.
Little fun, bit of fun, huh?
Yeah, in a house that's for sale. Because of the jacket and the fact that they have access to a house that's for sale, maybe he's in real estate. He's overweight. He's got a weird 70s hairstyle. He is wearing a, the green, Twin Peaks symbol ring on his left hand, and his left hand went numb. That one's not too hard to figure out. It's because he's about to go through the curtain or whatever into the lodge, right? Just like, we know that ring is like a signet that gets you in and out of the lodge, right? And we also know someone's trying to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like when he ducked in the car, remember? And when
he drops the Great Northern Key, bends down to pick it up so they don't see him there. Just perfect timing, like it was meant to happen that way.
Now, clear this up for me. In the first 2 seasons, every episode took place over a single day.
Right.
Is that happening here?
I can't answer that because I am not 100% certain that when you see things happening at different locations, they are actually happening at the same time.
Okay, because Twin Peaks itself is easy because, and by that I mean the first 2 seasons.
You mean as far as
Because
chronology?
Because until James goes on his side quest, you never leave town. But even then, you were still dealing with the fact that each episode was taking place over a single day, even then.
Yeah.
Here, it's a little more timey-wimey, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, I agree, and I think it's not inappropriate to at least speculate that it's still on a roughly 24-hour kind of increment, but I do think that time becomes, for lack of a better way of saying it, I think it becomes a little bit relativistic, and I'm not sure that time moves the same in Twin Peaks as it does outside of Twin Peaks.
Nate is saying that actually happened to me once when I was living in Southeast DC. I was on my way to the mailbox. I dropped my keys. When I bent over to pick it up, there was a drive-by. They missed me by that much. Damn.
Wow. Yeah. Or, you're up on stage giving a speech and you turn your head. These things can happen. Yeah, JPRPH1, these things don't seem to be linear. They definitely are not linear when they are in the lodges, the waiting room, and all of that. That's very obvious. That's Mike's, is this future or is this past, right?
So we did see Mike in this episode, and he said, you were manufactured for a purpose, and that purpose is done. What did he mean by that? Or is it we getting in too much in the weeds if I bring that up?
Yeah, I think we're getting a little bit ahead of it.
All right.
But I think
assume that everything about that thing, Dougie, is false. That's what I just figured.
Exactly.
Okay.
You can. So again, if you want to do some homework and really start digging into some lore, look up the mythology of the Tulpa. Now, here's where. And later on, as we get more into the show, I'll start breaking it down for you and help you out a little bit, because there is the true Buddhist tradition and mythology, and then there is the modern Hermeticism idea of the Tulpa, which claims to refer back to Buddhism, but I don't think it does. It refers to early 20th century, mysticism. So I'll break that down a little bit later, but a good little Wikipedia type synopsis might be enough for you if you look up what a tulpa is. It's yeah, glad they missed you too, Nate. Yeah, actually, Nate, that's not a bad analogy. It's like the wormhole aliens. And did I mention this last week, or I mentioned it to someone at some point?
You did the baseball time thing.
Yes, exactly. The whole concept of linear time versus 4-dimensional, being able to see all of time at once, and how I do feel like the lodge denizens, I almost want to say, I feel like we almost have to talk about them in terms of like Lovecraftian characters, right? Like great old ones, or demons and angels, and I don't know, but there's some sort of the jinn maybe, but they are definitely some sort of supernatural creatures, these beings of the lodges, and they see time very, very differently. I almost feel like the fireman has a better concept of time, future, past, linear time, and trying to help out the linear characters like Agent Cooper, but he will have some communication with other characters too. So. Yeah, John's got a point. I'm just saying, don't look it up, in terms of Twin Peaks. Look it up. Just look up Tulpas, and I think it's spelled Tulpas. Look it up like on Wikipedia without reference to Twin Peaks, because there's a lot out there from mysticism and Buddhism that it's a big thing. In fact. Unfortunately, this is a very suggestible age when people are, actually, I'm not going to go down that route. We could get off on a whole modern socio-political topic here. But they were the ones here before. Yeah. In fact, even Hawk refers to that. Implies that, right? When he talks about his own heritage and their mysticism, it does seem to be that the lodge denizens would represent the spirits of North American folklore. Reminds me a tiny bit of Golem. Oh, the Tulpa. Yes, that's actually not a bad, but more sentient. More sentient than a golem. But some kind of a construct. So think of it as a golem is a possible analogy. Senentucci from Slavic folklore. What other kinds of humanoid constructs, are there in folklore? But but it's not about the bunny. Yeah, the bunny will come up again, but not directly in terms of the chocolate bunny. Diane, I'm holding in my hand a box of chocolate bunnies, right? Which is an interesting throwback to that little piece of evidence that they took from Laura's room. Back in like the first or second, it was the first episode. Come to find out that one of them has gone missing because Lucy ate one.
Why?
Because she had gas and she wanted to pass it, so she took some chocolate. She loves chocolate.
I sometimes wonder if Lucy always thinks as clearly as she lets herself on.
No, she's a little goofy. Just that's
but she
why
always has reasons. Like she goes through these long, complex explanations for why she did what she did.
Yeah.
And what this is and that is and
right, when she could have just as easily say, "Yeah, I'm sorry, I ate one of the chocolates. I like chocolate." Boom, you're done. You don't have to go into all the detail, but she does. The bunny. It's all about the bunny. Yes, exactly, Curtis. Inland Empire has bunnies. Yes. So actually, that is an excellent point. I have mentioned that at some point in the future we'll probably end up watching Inland Empire as well. So bunnies are clearly an imagery that Lynch likes to use. What it means, I couldn't tell you. But this is why I say, yeah, we're not done with bunnies just yet. Because later on, Hawk is going to be, in his search for whatever he's looking for, is going to end up going to a place called Jackrabbit's Place. And you'll see what that's all about when we get there. I think that's actually next episode. And Jackrabbits is also a place that Netter and I saw. In fact, I showed you a picture of it, and It didn't mean anything to you at the time, but you'll see.
Inland Empire has bunnies. Yes, it does.
Do we like Jade?
I like that. This is almost like I have a drug problem because every Tuesday I'm tripping balls. Yeah, pretty much. It does feel like that, doesn't it? 119. 119.
We got introduced to a new character, Jade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do we see her again, or is that it?
Yeah, I don't remember that we
I
do.
don't
If we do, it's just a quick follow up. I don't think we do see her again. I'm so glad, Curtis. I'm glad you enjoy it. Friday's your favorite, but Tuesday's pretty cool too. Cool. Good. I'm glad.
What about Thursdays?
Yeah. 119. Yeah, 119. And yeah, that's exactly why I was so hyped on doing these Tuesday nights to introduce you guys to these little in jokes, and bring more people into this particular franchise. I mean, this is like a full on good old days for me. We're doing Twin Peaks and we're doing it for the next couple of years. But normally, I'd feel like, okay, I know this is a lot to take in, but you know what? Deleted Scenes is the type, I think, that likes to chew on these kinds of things. You're the one that brought me to Skinamarink, for example, and, it doesn't have to be obvious right on the surface.
It's like having a big heaping bowl of biscuits and gravy.
Bring out the peeps.
Because I love Thursdays, but I have to work after. Otherwise, I might say Thursday. Huh.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. If Thursday is like your Monday, I can understand that. Yeah, there's been a lot of talk online about that too.
So we got to see Albert again.
We did.
It was nice, yeah. Unfortunately, the thing is, especially because we're going back to this, we know how many of these actors, this was literally their last role, their last appearance in something. And yeah, that pretty much is why they end up getting the episode dedicated to them, but, it's pretty bittersweet, but it is nice to see them one more time. Yeah. And I would ask if anyone has any other questions, but again, a lot of it would be...
I don't know where to start.
A lot of it would be stuff that I really couldn't answer without some kind of spoilers. So I would just say, take and digest this one, and... again, if you guys are really, really enjoying this, I would encourage you to get a hold of your own copy of this, because this is the kind of thing that you're never going to be guaranteed whether or not you can stream it. So just have it, because you're going to want to go back to it and watch it again, think about it a little bit more, maybe check out some Reddit write-ups and some YouTube videos.
Sorry.
Give me a DM if you have some questions for me or whatever. But, oh, that's sweet of you to say, Nate. Thank you.
Marxist Jade spoiled me, though. Yeah.
Two rides.
Yeah. Got introduced to a new FBI agent, the young woman.
Yes, we did.
Yes, Tammy Preston.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Obviously, the new David Lynch ingenue, I suppose. And played by Krista Bell. She just put out a new album in collaboration with David Lynch.
Mhm.
This character also is the one that narrates the final dossier. But the voice actress is different. It's an Annie something or other. I can't remember. I only remember Annie because how's Annie? But playing the same agent, Preston, and so you get the feeling like she's almost like an archivist for all of this Blue Rose Task Force stuff, So there you go.
Tune in next time, I guess, until
I hope you all do. I hope you guys really are enjoying it. If it doesn't make sense, that's fine. That's fine. Come back for the weird. Come back for the conversation. Come back for the nudity. I don't care why you come back. Just come back.
I want to come back for the hello.
Hello.
Imagine when he's doing that before. Imagine if you're security there and you're seeing this guy say it before the jackpot hits. You got to be thinking something's up, right?
They almost certainly are. Yeah. You're not wrong. You know how casinos are.
Yeah, there's an expression: the house always wins, right?
Right. Well, there is. Look, all of it, assuming that it is not rigged. And by rigged, I mean literally cheating, right?
Oh, slot machines, please. I would never think those are rigged. Come on.
I mean, legally they can't be. They have to be randomized. Now, they can be randomized in an unfair way. They can be, well, I mean, even if they're truly randomized, you're going to lose the vast majority of the time, right? And the payout does not have to be 100%. You can set it up so the house always gets 10% or whatever the case is. Legally, they can do that. But there's statistics involved in all of it, right? And there are, you hear about people counting cards and whatnot. What they're doing is taking the data you have available to you and making certain assumptions. You're not going to know for certain, but you can guess based on the odds, right? So, look, if you're playing, what's that one? Roulette. You're playing roulette, right? If you put your money on black or red, the odds are pretty much the same, right? It's almost 50-50. The only thing that throws it off is there's two numbers that are neither black nor red. It's the 0 and the 00, right? So it's not truly 50-50. It's like, I don't know, 48-52 or something like that. I think that might actually be exactly right. So, and that's fine if you want a pretty close to even odds, right? If you're playing blackjack and it's truly random, you haven't been counting cards, you don't know what's been played and what hasn't, it's just pure random, and you get 17, well, you can calculate the odds based on how many cards in a deck, how many of each different value, what your odds are that you're going to bust or go over or whatever, and you can determine how much risk you want to take, right? And some people are very, very good at that, especially if you know how many decks you're playing with and you've been playing long enough and you've seen the cards and you're paying attention to all visible cards. You get a better and better idea of what is left in the hand. Some people are really good at that, right? So imagine somebody who is just really good with the odds on a slot machine. right? If you know, and I'm just going to throw out numbers because I don't know. Let's say you know that each machine is, the chances of hitting the jackpot are 1 in 10,000, okay? But it pays out on something 1 in 100. Maybe a small amount, maybe even less than you put into it, right? You figure that into your calculation. If you've been watching it long enough, you know, okay, this machine has not paid out in a long time. But I know that they clear out the machines at this time, and I know how much money has gone into it. So even if I hit the jackpot on that machine, it's not really worth it for me to play until it pays out, you know? I mean, this is the kind of numbers game that people can be really good at. And if you're really good and you have the time to sit and pump money into a machine until you win, you could, in theory, come out ahead. But can you imagine if you were so good that you were going around and winning? They're going to say either he's cheating or we just got to get rid of him somehow, you know? Never spend more for an acquisition than you have to. That's right. Once you have their money, never give it back.
Is that Ferengi?
Yep, those are Ferengi rules of acquisition. I believe 112 is never... what is it? Never have sex with the boss's daughter. And 113 is always have sex with the boss.
Oh, that's funny.
Something like that. I don't know the rules of acquisition the way I know the sayings of Kalis, but obviously. But yeah, so there you go. That's my talk on the house always wins. Never bet more than you can afford to lose, and bet smart, know the odds.
Telling you though, those are a lot of quarters.
Yeah. And that's the other thing too. I mean, I think a lot of people just assume you put in one quarter and there's a chance that you win all the quarters in the machine or something like that. That's not really how it works. You really do have to read the machine and see. Like the woman said, you know, apparently at this particular location, you win 2 jackpots on 2 machines. That's some sort of a super jackpot, and that's guaranteed however many $1,000 she said, you know.
But how much after taxes? On that note, I think this is...
$0.15.
Yeah, I think this is a good place to wrap it up for the evening.
Agreed.
Let's go around the horn one more time. Netter, what do you have coming up?
Things.
That's true. That is the next thing you're
I
going
do say
to
things. My special guest will be Dead Man Walking 55. We spoke to the missus a few weeks ago, and now we're speaking to the mister. So join us Thursday night for Dead Man Walking. And then I forget, is it my week this week for movies?
Yes, this week.
And my movie this week will be Dreamcatcher.
Yep.
So you want to stay tuned for that.
All right. Troy.
Yeah, so I'll tell you. So I had a messed up night last night. My stream got completely messed up because we lost electricity for a while. The internet was out for a little bit. Finally came back on long enough for me to shut down the stream and say, we'll pick it up another night. We were originally going to watch Karate Kid and Karate Kid Part 2. In anticipation of the fact that Netflix is dropping the first half of Season 6 of Cobra Kai on Thursday. Well, that's all been shot to crap for me, but we will stick with the plan of Friday night, 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. Last call. Boomer and I are going to be kind of doing a, like a retrospective of the first 6 seasons of Cobra Kai. And then I think what we'll do is next Monday. Originally, we were going to do Karate Kid 3 and the next Karate Kid. I think we'll just do 1 and 2 next week, Monday,
All right.
and kind of tie it back to Karate Kid as we go. I mean, to Cobra Kai as we go. So that's what I got coming up.
All right, Boomer.
Yeah, like I got, we got the Friday night stream, which will be talking about Cobra Kai, and we're going to have Geeky Geezers on Sunday, which will be talking about what happened to the creator of the Cartoon Network smash Mighty Magiswords and what he's involved in now.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I said, I'll be joining Troy Monday. We'll see if I can join him for both. I'll be joining for the first movie, and I'll see if I can join him for the second.
Cool.
Because I got to get up early, but we'll see. Maybe we can fit him in. All right. Trying to think what else. I can't think of anything else.
Keep in mind they were fairly short seasons. A lot of these streaming shows are not like seasons like we remember seasons.
What do you mean? Oh, you mean talk about on Friday? Yes.
Well, yeah, I was referring to what Curtis was saying. Wow, 6 seasons already. Yeah, but they weren't long seasons. In fact, I've gone back and I've been kind of rewatching Babylon 5, and I'm like, how the hell many episodes are there in a season? I'm like, wow, okay. Yeah, they were a lot longer back then.
Takes things back around to me. Thursday, I will be joining Outlaw Bill for Action Theater at 4:30 p.m. Eastern, and we will be watching Boy Kills World. Friday night at 8 p.m., I'll be joining Big Al Presents for Films with Friends, and we're going to be watching Deep Rising. Of course, that gets us on over to... all right, also, before I forget, right after Thursday Things will be the weekend update, where I let everybody know what's going on with the channel. Get to touch base with everybody. That'll be at approximately 11:30, give or take. Of course, the big day, Sunday. I'll be joining Outlaw Bill once again, this time for Western Cinema Presents, and we are going to be watching from 1987 the HBO film El Diablo with Lou Gossett, Anthony Edwards, and a screenplay co-written by John Carpenter. That gets us on over to 8 p.m. for Unscripted. And I am going to do the show I was originally going to do this past weekend, which is Only You Can Prevent Forest Fires, where basically I am going to let the chat take over the show. And whatever topic you bring up, we'll go into that.
Sounds dangerous.
It does.
Yeah.
It may very well be my last show. Then, of course, there's Geeky Geezers. And then right after Geeky Geezers, get yourself a midnight snack, nice beverage. And join me for the other side of midnight. My special guest this week will be Gary Kissel of Pop Culture Minefield. We are going to be discussing how he joined the wacky world of YouTube. Where he plans to go with his channel in the future. We're going to talk about his upcoming graphic novel, Vindicated Inc. And we're going to go into his musical side and discuss the music of Cohen's Ghost. So, and of course, join us right back here. Same bat time, same bat channel for part 4 of season 3. All right. I would like to thank everyone who joined us tonight, on Twitter. I can't see you, but I know that you're there. And those that joined us live in the chat. Curtis, Nate, John, Enigma, Connie, Mark Malnikoff.
Yep.
Let me scroll through here real quick. I don't want to miss anyone. Shrek
Monday.
PMC, FK8C 2005, aka Tim, Oroville Nation, and unless I am forgetting someone, I think that was Big Al Presents joined us, probably asleep by now. Good evening. All right. Logical Spark. Jenny Green 619. And I think that was everybody.
Cool.
Any last words before we wrap it up?
Well, I know I had mentioned in a couple streams some time ago that I had a bunch of retro games that, people, we were talking about retro games, people were like, oh yeah, I'm really interested in those. I actually have a bunch that I've listed and am still listed because I have more to do, up on my, eBay. So if anyone's interested, Delia, do you mind if I drop the link to my eBay in your stream?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, actually it'll be on mine, but let's see. So if you are interested in retro games, and all the auctions for the retro games start off with retro games for sale or retro games, something like that. So you'll see that. And yeah, if you see anything you like, let me know. And then if you want those retro games, you can have them. And give me one sec here. Duplicate. Come on. It's like I hate it when it doesn't give you what you want.
Does it give you what you need? I'm just... So let me see. Karate Kid Doll feature Monday. Is that going to be at 9 p.m. my time, Troy?
Yes.
Yeah, I might still be able to stay for both.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Because
I'll get the time right this time too when I.
Yeah, because if we're done at least around even maybe before 1 my time, I should be fine. Even though I get up earlier the next day. Yeah. So then we might be able to make that work. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. I want to know what happens to poor Daniel LaRusso. Actually, we still don't know what's going to happen to Daniel LaRusso even now, do we?
Right. It's just we know more of what's happened. This is another one where we jump like 30 some years into the future to follow up these people's stories.
Did David Lynch do this one too?
No, but it really does seem like either people pick up these franchises and redo them, and continue the stories like this, and they do it well and everybody's happy, or they just have no clue and don't care and they just end up ruining it, So I guess sometimes an in quotes reboot can be good.
I think that about wraps it up for this week. Netter, would you like to take us out with your final words?
Absolutely. Y'all encourage us each and every week, and I love seeing you guys here. And we can talk amongst ourselves, and that's fun. We have a lot of fun talking, discussing different things. But it's so much more fun when you guys are here. You're joining us in the chat, you're dropping comments, questions, trivia, being goofy, or whatever it may be. And it doesn't feel like we're separated by miles or continents in some cases. It does feel like we're all hanging out in the same room. We're enjoying each other's company and having a great time. And you guys, you know you're not just our friends. You are our family. We love you guys and we appreciate you so very much. You can be anywhere and you're here with us. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of our family. You know, for encouraging not just us but each other in the chat. You know, I really do hope that I see you on Thursday Things. I know Dead Man Walking is a repeat guest, but I'm sure we'll have a lot more to talk about. So I hope to see you there on Thursday. But until then, good night and God bless.
Alrighty. And as I always say in conclusion, thank you all once again for joining us. Have a great week. From HQ, the corner of Sparkwood and 21. In all points north, south, east, west, and beyond. Good night. Take care. Stay strong, because this is how we win.
Future or this past.
Hallo, hier ist Proprietor.